some action 30 days out from celebration. And, the best way to do that is actually just to go right back to basics into our business plan, which Isagenix already have created for us, which is the 90-day game plan. Now, the Australian 90-day game plan isn't available right now. Everybody keeps trying to download it, but it says it's being updated. And I'm guessing that that's being updated to be launched at Celebration. So the best we could do was basically download the US version and then go through the pages, get out the pages that we needed, and start working on going back to basics and start to develop exactly why we're doing this. Now, we've already done the pre-work around the schedule, so you should have that down pat, and you should have it sorted, and it's there, and it's clearly not fixed because we know that we need a degree of flexibility around our schedule, but the schedule is there nonetheless. So it's not to work on the schedule tonight. It's not even really to work on the list, because you should be able to work you should know the 3 categories of your list that you can go to at any time, which would be your fast 10. The 10 closest people around you that support you in everything that you do. Even if you have approached those people with Isagenix before, I would be approaching them with them again, with a different level of posture, excitement, confidence, and a level of belief. Then you would have your wedding list. So if you're having a major milestone, put all the people down on a list and that you would invite to your wedding or your 40th or your 50th or your funeral, and make sure that those people are contacted as well. And then you have your dream list. So you have the list of people who would be amazing at Isagenix, and that they don't know it yet. So you need to put them down. Yes, is there a difference in the last 90-day game plan? Yes. So the US 90-day game plan, which is up there, which is their winter spring one, Jerry, is very different to our last Australian one. And I'm guessing that the Australian one that's being updated is going to be very much like this. There's lots of different wording, of course, because we have the you share, they share, repeat. And there's even, lots of different wording in it, actually. So it's quite easy to come up with I think it's actually quite easy to come up with the answers that you need to develop the reasons that why you're doing this, and then how you can help other people, if that makes sense. So if you have a pen and paper, I really need you to write this down, because it's quite confusing when you bring up this 90-day game plan and you go to print the pages on the bottom of on the actual page number is going to be different than to the page that you need to print. Okay, so you need to have a look at the bottom at the page numbers. So I'm talking, make sure you have a look at the page number, and then that will correlate and be different though to the page that you need to print. Okay, so you need to check your printing when you do it. So you need to actually physically print page number 3, which is clarify and connect with your why. You need to print page number 4, which is the Isagenix vision. You need to print page number 7, which is set yourself up for success. You need to print page 21, which is who do you know. You need to print page 22, which is the who do you know list. So I left those in there just to be a memory jogger for you. And then you need to print page 38, which is the get ready to grow. Okay, but with the get ready to grow page, it's obviously asking you about what you want to achieve at the end of your 90-day action plan. Right over the top of 90 and put 30, because this is actually a 30-day action plan. Okay, we're running a 30-day action plan coming into Celebration. We'll be at Celebration, we'll come out of Celebration, and we'll be running a 90-day game plan. That's always how it happens. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you can see me, or a comment in the chat box if we're all over that. Awesome. Okay, and so your job, awesome, thank you, G. So your job is, if we didn't get to this pre-work, because I know that some people are kind of late in, and that's okay. I honor that it's Sunday, so I honor you being here. But this will be work for you tonight, okay, or tomorrow when you have time. I really actually implore you to actually do this work tonight. Jerry, you've probably done this already in Brett and Sammy's, fast 5 track. So if some of this work is overdone, you don't need to do it again, because I know you're working in their group and that's cool. But for those of us who haven't connected back to our vision and our why, you need to do this. Okay, and I would really ask you to come into our chat and even onto ISA Help and Grow, and I would ask you to actually share it, and I would ask for that to be done for your belief and for your accountability, and for your for your action. So many of us can sit back in our world and we can write out all of these amazing words, and you do need to take them out of your brain and put them onto paper, because when they go onto paper they are then real. But we can then sit with them with this realness on paper and then still do nothing with them. Okay, so there are 5 of us here, and this is being recorded, so it will go in the chat for people to pick it up after. And I really ask for you all to keep each other accountable to what you are doing in this 30 days, okay? Same thing, come off camera, give me a thumbs up or give me a comment to say that you are okay with this, that we are all good to keep each other accountable, okay? Excellent, awesome. So what else am I going to say about that? The other thing that I love about the 90-day game plan, which I didn't see in this US version, was the checklist. Does everyone know what I'm talking about? Like the weekly checklist, So if I can flick forward to an old one, this bit, these pages where you fill in like all your actions. Yeah, that didn't seem to be in the US version, so I couldn't ask you to print out those pages. But if you have you got an old Australian one there, Jer. You got an old Australian one there, Fee. Geralda, you might have an old Australian version. Renee, an old Australian version. If you happen to have an old Australian one and you have blank pages of those, so like I do here, because this is an old one that I did, you just need to have 4 of those blank pages, okay? It doesn't matter what week it says it is at the top. It doesn't matter, because you're just going to go over that anyway, and it will be running week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Clear as mud? Does that make sense? So you need to have 4 copies of this tracking sheet. Okay, I'll bring it a little closer so people at home who are following on can see. You need to have 4 copies of that, because when we come back together on a Sunday night and we get together for another very quick call, Jerry, this is where we're going over the numbers and we're going over the accountability, okay? And as Brett and Sammy says, and other people say, there is only enough room in the boxes for a number. There is not enough room in the boxes for an excuse. All right, thumbs up to that. Awesome. Okay, that's kind of my bit. That's the thank you, G. That's the pre-work that needs to be done. So those pages that I talked about, and then 4 copies of the tracking sheet, which will start tomorrow. Fiona, it is now your time to give us the very quick update from Heidi McCullen's talk at head office, and what numbers we need to do and need to understand about getting to, for all of us, for every single one of us, to get to Crystal Manager by the 14th of March. Go, Fee. I don't think you're on mute, mate. So, no.
Okay, you can hear me, can't you?
Yeah, you're a little soft.
Oh, okay. I'll just turn this up.
No.
How's that?
No, soft still. Oh, and now she's frozen.
What about that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'll take my headphones off.
Awesome.
Okay. Basically, how Heidi explains it is that the more you enroll, the easier it is. For us to maybe for those people that want to look at the financial side of it, which is really important too. Obviously, it's not just about getting to Crystal Manager. It's about earning a good solid income up to 10 cycles to become at least 1-star. Basically, if you were to want to cycle 10 times, you'd have to enroll 960 people. Now, that's a huge amount of people. It's not an achievable thing in a short term. Long term, yes, but that's sustaining 960 people as well. It's not just enrolling them, it's actually keeping 960 people active. So then, okay, let's break it down. Let's get 2 people. So you enroll somebody, get them to help you with that. You then turn that into 480. It's still big numbers, still huge numbers. 10 people, now we're talking, that's 96 enrolments. Each person enrolling 96 people. That will get you cycling. That will get the cycles coming in. Then you go to 20 people, and that's 48 enrolments each. And that's a really achievable goal for us all. But when we're talking about numbers to get to Crystal Manager, what you really need to look at is having obviously 2 personally enrolled consultants for you to become Crystal Manager. So to enroll 10 people and create 2 consultants, you've got to have up to 100 conversations, because basically it works. It's not worked on those 100 people are all going to enroll. Of those 100 people, only a certain percentage are going to say yes. And some people will say yes straight away. Some people will take up to 8, 10, 12 times. But basically, the more conversations you have, the higher your odds are of actually reaching that goal. So you want to be having as many conversations or as many follow-ups. So when you're saying 100 conversations, that's taking in board of that 100 could be 50 people you've already spoken to. So start chatting again to them, start talking to them, start getting them listening again, or open to the subject of actually looking at isogenics again. And you just want them to be, even if they only become product sharers, it's going to get you to Crystal Manager, because you only need to get 2 on each side. So it's not hard to become, and that's by the 14th of March. That's really, really achievable. We've got a solid month to do that, because this is obviously the week after celebration. And then ongoing, then you're going to look at, okay, what do I do to go to the next step? Because once you've reached Crystal Manager, you've got until the 14th of May or 13th of May, to become Crystal Director. So that is then again, obviously 6 enrolled consultants. You obviously, doesn't matter where they are, because to become director, you can have 6 all on one side, you can have 5 on one side, 1 on the other, 3 and 3, 2 and 4. It's not about where we put them, but it's about getting them enrolled. So then you've got to look at, okay, I've got to then create the consultants, but I've also got to create more consultants. So Lynn Hannah Goodall says, enroll people, make a manager, and get onto and keep constantly turning people into managers. But to get to Crystal Director and to get that really great bonus, it's not about actually doing that. It's more about getting solid consultants on your legs. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you've got those 6 solid consultants. And then if you achieve that, obviously, in that time, and she's saying in that time, every week we should be having up to 80 conversations. So for you to get to your goal of Crystal Manager by the 14th of March, constantly start filling your funnel. Make your lists and add 10 new contacts in the week, or every day actually would be great. If you could do it every day, it would be great, but at least every week, try and be adding 10 new contacts. Plug 10 people. So if you've already got 10 people that you're looking at as prospects, not suspects, these are prospects, those 10 people, plug them in, make sure they're plugged into the cleansing group and keep them active. And obviously we've got to stay active in your cleansing group. I'm not doing that, so that's one thing I've got to pick up my game on, but that will help them stay plugged in. And then send 10 people a tool. So it can be the same 10 or it could be a different 10, but it's about creating a busyness with at least 100 people to get you what you need to get to that end result by the 14th of March. I mean, there's the money. So if you've already made manager, you can go for Crystal Manager in that time as well. So you still can get that bonus. Head office are wonderful. Isogenics are great. They'll still give us that money. Okay. And then the other things to do is make sure you're coaching all your current cleansers via your checklists. That's how you get them through. Send all your actives and inactives emails about promotions. So at the moment, the promotions are the 3 for free, which we all know about. But come the 14th of March or the 8th of March, 9th of March, 10th of March, 11th of March, we're going to have great new products. So that'll help us create more consultants for director, because we're going to have new products. So that gives us new things to talk about with our current people. So you'll be able to ring them up or email them or text or however you do it and say, look, we've got these wonderful new, I'm hoping, weigh-ins, but who knows, that have come out. Excellent. Yep, let's get, I can get you a sample. Can I send you a sample? Whatever it is to create that excitement around those products. Send your inactives, maybe a salted caramel chocolate with just a touch base, like just pop a handwritten. Heidi was really big about handwriting as opposed to texting. She actually says when you sit and handwrite a card and you pop a little chocolate in it, actually makes people feel important. Everybody likes to feel special and important. So if you actually handwrite a note and pop a little chocolate in there, I know it's up here at the moment, it's too bloody hot to do anything like that, but down there, if it's a bit cooler, you might be okay and it might arrive looking normal. Down up here, it would be flat. But, just as a nice way to get the conversation happening again, because most people will ring you up or send a text back, hey, thanks for my chocky, that was really nice. Invite 20 people to, don't call it a launch party, call it a get-together, a taste testing. Use another word other than launch. She really hates the word launch. She thinks people get weird about it too. So try and think of another word that you're comfortable with. And one of the things she said that was really, really important in all of our conversations that we have is speak and ask speak. So don't try and speak like someone you're not. Use your language. Even to the point, if you swear, just swear and be done with it, because that's who you are. And if someone knows you, they know that's you. Whereas if you try to talk, they can sense straight away you're bunging it on. Be your true and authentic self and be real. And people are much more comfortable. And just say, be honest and say, look, if they ask you a question, not so say, look, really, I don't know, but I'll grab you some information and I can send it to you. Don't try and fob it off. So, unless you're speaking at an event, that's different. But, in the real face-to-face world, we want to be authentic, and you've got to be authentically you to the people that you're talking to. So be authentic. Okay, so then get your current cleansers to share their results. Try and get people more actively sharing on Facebook, and that will help you because they'll connect it to you. So if you've got people doing well, other people are watching. So because you've been feeding people onto your team page, other people are watching and they'll think, oh, geez, Georgie helped that person or Jerry helped that person. That's great. I'm going to give them a yell. And then attempt. I thought this was really interesting. Attempt to take 2 people to celebration. Well, not so sure how that'll go for all of us, but you can certainly put it out there. So it's about creating a busyness around getting yourself talking to people in whatever format or way you're comfortable. Your groups that you're in, when you're outside just at the park, when you go to the gym, when you go to the shops, and just plug people in and have those conversations. But just remember, the more people we have enrolled, the easier it is for us. If we try and do it on our own, you're not going to do it. If we get people under us and around us, we'll get to those results, especially to get to those cycles that we're all, 10 cycles a week would be awesome. That's nice to be dropped into your account every Tuesday. It would be a really nice bonus for us all. So just to get more people around. So if you get 10 people, which is what happens when we get to Crystal Executive, which we've got until July to do that. So once you've hit your Crystal Manager, you've got then that run up until July to go, to the 13th of May to go for Director. And then after that, your next run is to get to Executive, which is 5, but this is 5 on each side. Remember, it's not 10. You can't have them all on one side. They've got to be 5 on your left and 5 on your right. You've got to have those 10, and we've got till the 12th of July. But you're going to keep on top of the people you've already enrolled, so that's going to be an easier job to do. Instead of thinking, well, I'll just enroll more, if you can just keep 10 consultants solidly on 5 on each side, that'll hold you at executive, crystal executive. That's what we need to do.
Awesome. Thank you. And I just took a picture of that fee. So if you guys all heard the pings in your inbox on that dream chat, you see an actual a picture of that week 1 checklist. Yeah, awesome. Beautiful. Like, put that up, George, print that out too, guys, when you see it. And actually just, I think it's brilliant, actually. I mean, I just really think that it's amazing. If you don't have the ISA Delights to send out, still do the handwritten note. You can pick up like $1 thank you cards from a $2 shop and send those things out. But I just think that it really breaks down quite easily, like achievable weekly actions. And if we are following this, and then we're like transposing these actions, because this is what we need to do in a week, right? So if we break down these weekly actions and we fill in the daily sheet from the 90-day game plan, then we can't go wrong. Okay, there just has to be numbers in boxes. That is it. But we need to be knowing what to do, and we need to be putting the numbers in, and we need to obviously, to put the numbers in, take the action. Yeah, high five. Give me a thumbs up if you understand the simplicity of that. Yeah. Now, Jerry, hang on 2 secs. Jerry, if this is overwhelming, because I know you're doing Brett and Sammy's stuff, and what you're doing with Brett and Sammy's stuff right now is working for you, then please just continue along on their pathway, maybe just taking some bits and pieces and notes, okay? But if what you're doing with them and their framework is a little different, but it's working, stay with that. But anybody else, you've got Heidi McCallan's weekly checklist. We're going into the 90-day game plan, daily checklist. There is never now an excuse for you to know what action to take daily, okay?
Yeah. The other thing that Heidi was saying too, if you struggle with having that conversation with someone you've enrolled about sharing isogenics, don't look at them as sharing to be business builders. Just make it all about them, very much about them, and just say, hey, I would really love it. How do you feel about getting some money back? How would you like to get a rebate? Whatever your language is, whatever wording you use, because most people love to get something for free. I can remember a guy that I did a training session with once. He said, well, you can either, when someone says to him, how much is the President's Pack? He says, well, it can be full price, or it can be half price, or you can get it for free. Would you like me to show you how? And that had most people, he wasn't lying. He wasn't making it up, because it would be either full price, half price, or get it for free. Now, obviously, to get it for free, they've got to become a manager, because that's in your first 60 days now. So they've got 60 days as opposed to 30. So to get it for free is quite easy. They could end up doing that in their first 30 days, or at least in their first 60 days, and they've still got that President's Pack for free, and they've got earned enough to even buy their next 30-day that they would follow on with. So think about how you word it when you're saying it. Don't make it weird. Make it, and she actually said, and I found this really hysterical, because if anybody knows Heidi and knows Suzanne Skillen and Paul McInerney, they actually enrolled Heidi. And when they sat with her in a coffee shop and did the U+2, or you share, they share, as it's now called, she was like, what the is this? She didn't get it one iota. Absolutely didn't get it one iota. So if you've got people and you're drawing the circles and they're just looking at you like you've got two heads, she totally gets that. Now, for someone who didn't get it, she went on to being, obviously she maxed out, she's a millionaire, she's done it all, and she's a very good enroller, and she's very good at keeping consultants. She's got more than 10. She's got, I think, 90-something solid consultants in her downline. So, and you only need 10, 10 solid consultants to get to executive, 5 on each side. So think about our wording, and think about a way of saying U+2, or you share, they share, that is more comfortable and easily to be understood. Easily understood. If that will make a massive difference to your business.
Yeah, it will. I mean, I personally love and feel and it feels so authentic with me when I say I really believe that everybody deserves to be healthy and everybody deserves to eat for free. So let me show you. And then that's how I do it. And that works really well for me. But somebody else might sit really well with it. Would you know what? Like your products could be, full price, half price or free. So again, thank you for making sure that we know that it's whatever works for us in our authenticity and our verbiage. So, yeah.
And remember when they've said, yes, I'd like that, I'd like my rebate or whatever, you say, okay, yes, now, what do we do next? So just remember, these people have no idea. We want to keep it simple. We don't want to sound weird. Mm-hmm. So dumb it down, for want of a better word, so that it seems really simple for them, and plug them in to what they need to know to get that rebate.
Awesome.
Keep it simple as we can.
All right. Awesome. Well, you know what? That's pretty much bang on. We're just on like half an hour. So we did so well, like seriously, so well, because I'm really mindful of everybody's time on a Sunday night like this. So, and if there's anybody else, if you want to come off chat for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, come off chat, fire some questions away, make sure that you are really you're really clear on this. This is like just crystal clear for you what you should be doing. Come off chat and have a chat. Come off mute and have a chat now. But otherwise, I think that it's very crystal clear that this starts tomorrow. It's a 30-day run into celebration. Because I'll hand on my heart, I've kind of been sitting back here, kind of like in La La Land, like honestly, sitting on my hands in La La Land out here waiting for celebration to come. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good because I know a 90-day game plan's coming after celebration because I've confirmed that, and I'll just wait till then. But I'm like, what 30 days am I wasting by not taking action now? So,
exactly.
Yeah, so if you've got something to chat about, come on in here in this beautiful small environment. Ask away any questions. Make sure that this is crystal clear for you and you know what you're doing starting tomorrow, or really starting now. Anything? Nothing?
Can I just say one thing, Lisa?
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing Heidi said, which really I was a bit overwhelmed by, and I reckon 2/3 of the room were the same. She said, if you don't show somebody or offer them a rebate, if you just sell them the pack and think, great, I've signed somebody up, if you do not do the you share, they share, she said, you are stealing from them. You're actually stealing from them. It's no better than going over, taking their purse or their wallet out of their bag, out of their pocket, and taking that money away from them. She said, you've actually stolen money from them.
Yeah.
Now, they might not want it. I've got a few people that don't even care, don't want to know about it. But there are people that you should be saying it because you're actually effectively stealing from them by not sharing.
Absolutely. And same thing, I'll go back to Brett and Sammy, who say that it is your obligation to show people how to eat for free. It is your responsibility as their sponsor to show them that. And I know that that was an easy way for me in the beginning when I wasn't 100% comfortable with it, to actually flow it forward with people by saying it is actually my responsibility, my obligation to show you how to get your products paid for. Okay, so that's another one for people if you're worried about it. That's it. Okay, but if you haven't got anything else to add, I want to thank you for jumping on for a really quick half an hour. Really honor your time on a Sunday night. I'm really excited for you all for 30 days. Fiona, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. Now, Fiona has a full checklist, a full I don't even know, 13 pages maybe or something from Heidi. If you actually want the weekly breakdown of what is required and some action sheets, then can you please send Fiona a private message with your email address so Fiona can actually send them to you, because they're too large to drop into the chat, but she can send them to you via email. And therefore, every week when we come back, when we go over the actions of the week before and we look at the week coming up, that you know what we're going to be talking about, okay? That's pretty much it. Hello, Georgie. Welcome back. We're just about to jump off, chick, but you can find the recording. All right. The other thing that I want Jerry, I want to give you a massive shout out. seriously, I want to give you the hugest shout out for the work that you have been doing in the last, like with Brett and Sammy. Your belief and your posture and your confidence and your action has gone another level. And I want you to be recognized and rewarded for that, because I said to you on Friday when we had a chat, congratulations for having your breakthrough, because I'm really proud and excited for you. And yeah, I'm just absolutely pumped for you to understand that what we do and how valuable we are is key, and really how valuable the simplicity and the duplicity of this is. That is the key. You know, I had a huge wake up when people kept saying to me, but I'm not you, I could never do what you're doing. And I'm like, my business is dead because I keep hearing that. And I've just had to go right back to drawing boards and keep it really simple. And there was something else I was going to add. I don't know, but belief. Belief is the key here. The one thing that I can't give you, I mean, I can show you tools and I can show you systems and I can host Zooms and we can have calls, and that's beautiful and that is amazing, and I will continue to do that because I believe in you. I believe in you, but I can't believe for you. Like, that's the thing. Like, the belief is only ever going to come from you. Like, that's it. I can't like give you a drink of belief. If I could, I would. If I could give you like a physical injection of belief for you to understand how amazingly magnificent you are and how great you are at this, I would do it. But I can't. But what I can give you, and I have gifted to you before, is that very tiny, short 1.5 hour audio book called The Magic of Believing. When you believe in yourself, the universe is forced to believe in you. If you haven't listened to that, you need to get it as an order of priority. It's like $6 on iTunes. And I would be listening to that thing on repeat for 30 days until you get it. There are some beautiful, amazing tools in that little 90-minute audio book that will blow your mind as to the simplicity. But a real ask of me to you is to keep that audio book on repeat. Every time you're in your car, you listen. Every time you're walking, you listen. Every time you're at the gym, you listen. Wherever you pick back up, you listen to that you listen to that audio book, and you listen over and over and over. Yep. I'll put it up. I'll put it up on ICE. Watch for that again on ISA Help and Grow. Okay. I want our chat, the chat group, right? The chat group is only now about this run in our 30-day game plan. Okay. Now, if I need for you to see any pertinent information, it's going to be in ISA Help and Grow. The chat now is purely about action. What are we doing? How are we going? What do you need help with? Who needs a 3-way call? All of that type of stuff, okay? All right? Awesome. I thank you very much. We've got to go. Jerry has to go. It's 8:04. Thank you so much again for jumping on. I love all of you. I cannot wait to get together with all of you at Celebration. Do not make any plans at night time. Sorry, do not make any plans at Celebration after the days are finished, because we're action. We are fully in action at Celebration. We will be having hours of power after they're finished, after the days are finished, and then we will be going out for tea after that. But that is it. Don't make plans after Celebration like the days are finished, because we are getting together. That's what we're there for. All right? Peace out. Love you all. Go have some dinner. I'm cleansing, so go eat for me. Bye.